Hold on.
We're not sure, chat.
There we go. Is that coming
You
through
tell
now?
us, chat.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yep.
Ah,
Yay.
there we go.
Wow,
That's weird.
good job, Val. We've done it again.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, my channel's bleeding off into your channel.
Yeah. I have no idea why that was
Hello,
happening.
Internet.
I just touched it and it fixed it.
Thanks, Saucefire, for pointing that out. Hello. You're here. It's Slang 101 time. And I'm Savvy, and we're gonna play a game. Before we start, you just watched our intro video that features all of the regularly scheduled shows we have on the channel. You can check out our whole schedule if you're live with us on Twitch below our faces. If you are in the future on YouTube, it is also pinned to our Discord. It's also pinned to our Twitter. It's in a lot of different places, so you can follow us on all those platforms and come join us on Discord. And yeah, that'll tell you what you need to know so you don't have to memorize our whole schedule and keep it in your brain. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary going on this week. If there is, someone stop me. But our next live stream after this will be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be Tabletop Tuesdays. We're playing Masks again, the Masks game with our Squire Squad that Alex is running for us. So come hang out then. And then the rest of the week. I'm going to let these folks introduce themselves and tell you who they are playing today, starting with a bonus stage Rob.
Hey, that's me. Hello, hi, I'm Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or bonus_stage_Rob, and I am playing Professor Hinks, the action scientist. And not only is it time for Slang 101, but it is, as our Lord and Savior Tubby McGuire decreed it, pizza time.
I'm Christina Sid. That got me, and I don't know why. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I'm usually there just shit posting and talking about stuff on here. We just had an Elegant Suffering week. Woo! Lots of stuff happened. You can check it out pretty soon on the YouTubes or on the Twitch page. Today I am playing Isabel, the Mundane, the romance novelist, and just all around, I wish you were my grandma. That's me.
Hi everybody, I'm LB. You can find me at LB Hackabup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I'm gonna play Sabrina on Tuesday, and I hope that Hector's back at some point. But we did a body switch episode last week, and we're still in the middle of it. It's choice. It's great. But yeah, you can find me at LB Hackabup on the Twitters and the Twitches, and my whole schedule's up there. I think it's updated. But yeah, tonight I'm playing Victoria. She's a spooky.
I got really concerned for half a second there because I thought you were saying you were playing Sabrina, and I was like, we didn't talk about this at all.
No,
I got real confused.
I was like, what? Wait, what? Hold on. What game was this? Sorry. Continue.
Is it
It's
my
Val's
turn?
turn.
Not
I think it's
okay,
Val's
hi.
turn.
I'm Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here whenever we're live. You can check my full schedule either below our faces because it's the schedule for the channel, or pinned to my Twitter. Yeah, tonight I'm playing Wynn Crowley, who is the wronged. I also play Hector, who is the divine.
I love it when we get 5 minutes into the stream and just forget where we are. It's good. And you know me, I'm Savvy, Matt Savvy Seaworth on the internet. So I run this game. All my shit's on Twitter, and I tweet when I'm streaming, which is every day for the next couple of weeks. You can find me there. But today I am your keeper, and we're going to play Monster of the Week. So I did a recap this time because it's in 2 weeks since we did this. So clap for me, I guess, because I prepared something.
It was silent claps there.
Yay.
Standing
Anyway, I'm joking. Just trying to get my notes to pull up. Any
We're
day
not
now.
joking.
All right. Last time on Slaying 101, the hunters, after seeing some strange photos of a flying creature on the news, set out once again to solve a mystery in the Cedar Grove National Forest, which has had its fair share of things infesting it over the last year or so. With the blessing of Ranger Mutt Danson, safety vests in hand, you split up to do some investigating. Wynn was convinced it was Mothman. The others, not so much. So you split up. Professor Hinks quickly found evidence of a setup, an RV full of photography and recording equipment, climbing gear, and many attempted photos of this creature. Victoria found the man behind it, Randall Schroeder. It messed with his brain a little bit due to a little bit of telepathy gone wrong, thanks to some dice rolls. And when he freaked out and ran away, tackled him and tumbled down a ridge and broke her ankle later on as a result. He was not very pleased either. Wynn did a flyover, found the clearing where the photos were taken, and then sent Belial to keep tabs on one Mr. Schroeder. And Isabel got lost in the woods and found something very different from the rest of her companions, some sort of creature, which she took a video of, watching her from the trees with large, glowing green eyes. So you went to find her. Victoria went to teleport Isabel out of the woods, ended up alone in a clearing due to dice rolls again. And ended up alone there with two creatures, one with large black wings that careened into the clearing and fell. The other, tall, green, and clearly magical, as it teleported itself and the other creature away. You got back together. No one lost in the woods anymore. And realized that your fifth friend, Belial, was nowhere to be found. So you teleported as close as you could into the woods, Wynn and Victoria, to find him. Were stopped by a magical barrier, but found Belial, got him back safe, and then Wynn passed through the barrier and entered alone to check out a cave with some glowing green orbs lighting the way. You made it to the entrance and turned when a shadow was cast over you of a very tall, thin, winged green creature, big eyes, and antenna. And we're going to pick up exactly there. As it stands, this is not dramatic enough. The shadow is cast over you when you turn around, and you raised your hand and waved. The creature sort of cocks its head to the side, raises its hand, and mimics the motion.
Well, hi there. I knew you were real. Yes. I'm Wynn Crowley. Do you have a name, sir, or person, or moth entity?
The creature, kind of wings folded behind it, just is kind of cocked its head and looked at you. It doesn't say anything, but it reaches out, and with its it has like 3-fingered hands, like a thumb and 2 fingers, kind of reaches out and makes like it's going to touch your head.
Wynn winces a bit, but lets the moth person touch them.
Okay. It reaches out sort of the large, like a long, thin finger, and just connects with your forehead. For a second, you don't really feel anything. And then it just kind of draws back and just looks at you.
Right. So I'm not here to hurt you. I don't have any weapons or anything. I'm just here to rescue that guy who I assume is on the floor. You said that the fake Mothman is on the floor somewhere. Am I remembering that right?
I don't remember saying that.
I don't know.
You can't really see into the cave.
Can't see it in
from
the cave.
here.
Okay.
No.
I don't remember. I don't know why I remember you saying I saw him on the floor or something like that.
I might have, but now I'm not saying that because it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. It says, I don't want to hurt you, and I'm sure you don't mean me any harm, or any of the fine folk here in Cedar Grove. Just trying to figure out what's going on.
It looks at you again, kind of intently, and then inside your head, kind of echoing around, you hear,
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Good. Hello, Wynn Crowley.
Hello, moth person. Do you have a name that I can refer to you by? Because I feel like calling you that, it feels sort of problematic.
No,
No?
we
Okay.
have no use for names. You may call us what you wish.
Right. You say us, is that just sort of a generalization, or is there more of you here?
We, family.
Right. There's a guy that was in the forest pretending to be you, it seems like.
Yes.
Do you have him?
Yes.
Is he alive?
Yes.
Good. Would you mind if I saw him?
Would you like to come inside?
Sure. That'd be fine. Yeah. Just that direction.
Follow us.
it turns and starts to walk into the cave.
Wynn follows. And just with tries to connect with Belial, knows like it's really fuzzy with the barrier and stuff, and just tries to like say, Belial, Moth Man is in here. Tell Victoria, get the others.
Okay. You don't get a response back.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
You followed inside. The creature sort of walks forward down, and you see sort of dotting this cavern as it's moving down very gracefully. These dotting the cavern, those same like glowing green orbs. And as you're walking, you hear its voice again, sort of bouncing around in your head, and it says,
So, you passed the barrier.
Yes. Did you make that, or has that always been there?
I made it. Well, a long time ago.
How long have you been here?
A very long time. It's sad. We'll have to leave now.
Oh. Why would you have to leave?
People will keep looking for us.
Right. There are a lot of people looking for you, actually. A lot of people don't believe you're
Unfortunately.
real.
Thanks to Mr. Schroeder.
Well, maybe we can help find a place where you can be alone, if that's what you want.
Just safe. We were safe here.
Well, it doesn't seem like you hurt anyone. You don't like eat people, do you?
No.
Right. Well, maybe we can help. I've got some friends. Know a lot of creatures and entities and whatnot in the area that live peacefully here. As long as you're not meaning anyone any harm, then we can do what we can to help you out.
Friends.
Friends, yeah.
Are your friends' intentions pure?
Define pure.
That's why the barrier is there. No one without pure intent can pass it without us.
Right.
This is why I let you into our home.
Oh. Oh.
You wish to be friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, Mothman. It's cool. I mean, most of them seem. I think all of them. I'll ask, but yeah, I mean, they're good people. They're. I think they just want to know what's going on here and make sure everyone's safe.
If they intend to harm us, the barrier will stop them.
I don't think any of them, as far as I know, really want to harm you. We were just sort of, we didn't know why you were here and what you were doing, and then the guy went missing, and we sort of were worried about that.
We shall see. Come.
All right.
And you make your way the rest of the way into the cavern. As you make your way down, it opens up into sort of a large area, and you can see kind of all across the cavern walls this glowing, like it's like bioluminescent moss, and it kind of gives off this like light green glow. And you see sort of around the edges there are these little pods here and there. There are lots of sort of plants growing and everything down here. And on one side of the cavern, sort of sitting, not making any sound, but interacting with each other, you see 3 other creatures like this one. 3 other Mothmans.
Oh. Hello.
Friendly.
Hello. And they're all about like they're all identical, or does it look like?
They're not exactly identical. They all look very similar.
Okay.
They're different sizes, kind of different like markings and stuff, but they're all kind of the same color. That kind of thing.
It's nice to meet all y'all. Sorry for invading your home like this. Kind of looks around. Do I see the douchebag?
You do. Tucked in. It's hard to see him at first because it's all dressed in black, but sort of tucked in off to one side, kind of leaning up against the wall of the cave, wrapped in his costume. You see an unconscious Schroeder.
Is he all right?
Alive. Sleeping.
Right. So he was pretending to be you, bringing people here. How did he end up here? Did you grab him, or
I brought him here.
was there? What are you planning on doing with him?
I don't know. But we would keep him here asleep until we decided.
Well, if he's your biggest threat to your safety here. My friends and I can probably take care of him, make sure that he doesn't say anything about this place and you all, and maybe we can get people to start looking elsewhere for you.
Will you kill him?
No.
Good.
No, we don't hurt people unless they're trying to hurt other people.
He has troubles.
Seems like it. Grown man running around dressed in a moth suit.
More so than that. He's hurting. Needs something.
Really? Like what?
And didn't see another way to get it. He has a family too.
Right. What else do you know about him?
He's sad. People see him in a way he doesn't like, but he doesn't stop because it helps him.
Huh. Would you mind if I took him out of here? I'm sure you don't want to keep him in your home. If I took him outside the cave, then my friends and I can, one, make sure he's okay, and two, talk to him, figure out what we can do with him.
Call your friends. He will awake once he leaves the cave.
Right.
We will wait for them.
I'll do that. Just back the way I came. Right. I'll be back in a minute. They're not too far off.
I will see you soon, Wynn Crowley.
See you all soon as well. It's a nice place, by the way. Kind of like exactly what I expected. It actually confirms a lot of that. You know what? We'll talk about that later. And Wynn heads back up the cave.
Okay. So having had this conversation, you start to head back out of the cave. Vindicated.
I mean, it's
That
like
there is-
skipping.
Not one, but 4 Mothmans. Going back a little bit, Victoria, were you were gonna wait outside the barrier with Belial?
Yes.
Okay. So Wynn goes in and you lose sight of him very quickly. A few minutes later, you see Belial, who's kind of come to a rest, like on a tree branch nearby, sort of like start to like shake or like vibrate a little bit, and then just like pops up. Mothman.
I'm sorry.
Wynn says Mothman
All right.
in a cave. That's all I got.
Very good, Blau.
Get
Mothman
friends.
is in- Yeah. Oh. Get my friends?
Oh, my friends.
Well, I mean, I was all right. I didn't know if that was like something that he wanted us to do or like whatever. Did it seem urgent, like he was in trouble, hun?
No, seem happy.
Oh, all right.
Like when we had tacos.
Lyle, if I transport us back to our friends, can you bring us here again? Like, can you lead the way? Because I don't know if I could bring both of them.
I think so.
You
I
know where we are?
it is.
All right, because you walked here before.
Hmm.
All right. Come here. She'll just take him in her hands, and then
Yay.
pop back to the friends. Would you
Victoria
like
and
me to
Belial
roll?
appear.
Okay.
Oh,
No, you can. You can take Belial with you. He's magical enough to not interfere.
I will
Oh,
never get
sorry.
used to that. No, it's fine. Everything all right?
I think so. Wynn has gone into the cave. Where
By
they-
himself.
Yes.
Well,
But
let's
he's
go.
all right. Yes, he's okay. And he said Mothman, and that they're in the cave, and that's it, and that we
So
should go
it
there.
was the real Mothman and that asshole pretending to be Mothman, right?
It seems to be the case. Yes.
Oh, I love a good twist. All right, let's go.
Bilal, can you take them? I'm just gonna. She kind of like hobbles a little bit. I'm just gonna go back there. Just don't get
Oh.
lost in the woods, all right? I can't walk, Bilal.
Does it hurt?
It does hurt.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it's all right.
Oh, darling. As soon as we get all done with this and we get your papa out of that cave, we'll go somewhere we'll make her feel better, okay?
Okay.
Okay, come on. Why don't you show us where it is, all right?
Okay. It's
I-
dark.
Can I like I know that this is more than first aid can heal, but I don't know, mechanically is there anything I can do for Victoria to help a little bit?
Perhaps.
Like I don't know, like make her a splint so that her ankle isn't screwed. Well, I guess that's more of a leg thing, isn't it? I mean, like wrap her
Um,
ankle, I guess, properly.
yeah,
Like compress
so-
it properly and whatnot.
Yeah, because Victoria, you still have some harm, right?
Yeah, I have 3.
Yeah,
I
I
think
would
we
like
can
to
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Wynn did some last time, so you could do some
Mhm.
like some basic first aid, take another harm away. It's been far enough, so you can wrap her ankle, if she allows you, and then you could take away another harm now that you have some support on it.
Or
I
I could
will allow him-
amputate it.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Soulfire,
I'm kidding.
What is
I
going
am
on
kidding.
today?
I am kidding.
For real.
It is a joke.
All right. Well, Bilal, do I trust that Belial can get back to the cave?
Do you?
Are you asking me? Because I don't know if Victoria trusts him to do that.
Yep.
Should I read a person?
You can. Sure. Why not? Roll plus sharp.
Okie dokie. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. And go. Oh, that's a 6.
Okay.
Market experience on that
Can
one.
ask one thing.
Is your character telling the truth? That he can
Mhm.
lead them back. All right.
Belial has complete confidence in himself.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he does. He's a good boy.
Perfect. So Victoria is going to give a little salute to everyone and then blink back to the cave opening and start to, I guess, hobble in.
Okay.
Limp in, I guess.
You blink back. Again, you are put just outside of this barrier. And you start to walk through it towards the cave.
Try to.
Is there any thought in Victoria's mind about harming Mothman?
Only if they are harming Wynn.
Okay.
So yes, but only under that condition.
Okay. You pass through the barrier, and you make it all the way through, and then you feel a like stinging on your right hand. You look down, and on the back of your it's not bad. You don't take any harm or anything, but on the back of your hand, sort of between your thumb and forefinger, there is some kind of mark, almost like a rune.
Is it like a club or something? What the hell? Win.
When you're
This is
Victoria
the- these-
outside the cave.
When he's coming back up, just like again has a little pep to his step as he's coming back up. Like clearly seems very happy right now. I think maybe be humming a little tune. Comes around the corner and says, "Vic, what are you?" Or
You said to come in.
I didn't. Damn it! Wow.
Did you get this?
No. Did you get that when you came through the barrier?
Yeah.
Do you want to hurt Mothman?
Well, only if he's gonna hurt you.
That may be enough. They said something about the barrier keeps people out or does something to people that come through with the intention of hurting them, and I didn't.
Right. The others are on their way, but they're hoofing it, so it might be a minute.
Right. So we're cool. There's 4 of them. Moth people. There's like a family. They're down here. They're really nice, actually. They can talk to you, but they have to like boop you on the forehead first.
Do they have mouths?
No, it's like in your head, like you do.
Right.
But they're nice and they want to stay here, but they've got Schroeder down there, and he's asleep right now. They had to knock him out. They don't want to kill him, but he's kind of messing with their safety here. Anyway, I figured we should wait for the others to get here. We can talk about it as a group. I've got some ideas for how we might be able to get Schroeder to maybe smooth this whole thing over, but it might be good for Isabel and Hanks to get in on this too.
Yeah.
Hanks might have some ideas to maybe like protect his area to keep him safe.
Yeah. I mean, if worst case scenario, he's already afraid of me, so maybe I can threaten to melt his brain.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards like threatening at first, but she mentioned that the moth person down there mentioned that they'd sort of read his mind a bit. He's a pretty sad guy. I don't think he really has any intention of hurting them. We might be able to appeal to another part here.
Well, why not take a look and I can see what I got? I mean, being sad does not excuse being an asshole.
No, but you did push him off a cliff.
He was running away. I'm still justified in what I did. All right, let's go.
We should wait for the. I think we should wait for the others and go down together because I need to make sure that they don't have any intention of hurting Mothman, or else they're gonna get stamped or worse.
All right, I'm gonna sit down then if we're gonna wait for them because it might take a while.
Yeah, sit. Why don't you sit? And Wynn will kind of like hover at the barrier and wait for the others to get there.
Okay. Yeah, you wait a little bit. It takes them a little bit to get here because they're walking. At one point, you see one of the slightly smaller creatures kind of peeking out. As soon as Victoria looks away from her phone, it is gone.
Oh, I think that was one of the So I think they're like children. There's like like I said, they're like different sizes.
Right. Adorable.
Yeah.
I don't have any signal in here.
No.
This is the worst.
A few minutes later, unless Hinks and Isabel, there are any conversations or anything you want to have along the way?
But that's what they say. You can't feed them after midnight or get them wet. But I won't ruin it for you, darling. We'll just watch it later. I can't believe your papa hasn't showed you gremlins before.
Oh.
Well, anyway, is this it?
Victoria calls me a gremlin sometimes.
Yo,
That's
I
ridiculous.
think she means it in the best possible way.
And she clearly has never seen a gremlin before. I mean, you don't look like a gremlin.
Have you seen a gremlin?
No, but I keep an open mind.
What do I look like?
You look like the cutest little bundle of darkness is what you look like.
He looks at you expectantly, Hinks.
You look like Miss Isabel said. A cute bundle of darkness.
I'm a demon.
Starts floating away
Ah.
again.
I've met many a demon now. Interesting.
There are a lot of different people around, Mr. Hanks. You'd be surprised.
A few minutes later, you see them sort of approaching the barrier. Belial with your two friends in tow. He made it fine.
Wynn like sticks his head out of the barrier.
Oh.
They're here. Hey.
Hello.
This is Casa de Mothman.
Oh.
Um,
All right. Should we have brought something? I didn't bring wine or flowers, anything.
I don't know if they eat actually. But that's a good point.
May we come in to your lovely home?
You're allowed to come in as long as your intentions are pure. If you go through the barrier and you got any with any intention of hurting them, then then you're gonna have a bad time.
No, not at all. Well, all right.
Hanks.
Thank you for having us.
Let's go. Belial just floats right through, no problem. He would never hurt Mothman.
Wynn stops to look at Hanks though.
What?
You good?
Yeah, if I can't hurt something that doesn't exist, of course I have no intention of hurting it.
You're about to have a rough time. All right, let's go.
Okay, I want to know from both of you players.
Oh, no, not at all. No, she would never. No.
Hanks literally is incapable of it because in his head he does not think it exists. He's like
gonna get through on a
like,
technicality.
No, I'm not going to hurt it. Well, even if it did exist,
well,
which it doesn't, he wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
everyone's. I mean, kind of what Victoria had said, but since she sees the friends are fine, like she has no intention of hurting them. No.
Awesome.
Pure
Isabel,
willful
you
ignorance.
walk straight through. It's a little. There's like a little chill. Like a little cold breeze. You walk through. You're fine. Professor Hinks, you walk through. You feel something similar to what Victoria did. Underneath your glove, you feel a little, like almost like a bug has gotten in and has like stung you on your hand.
I wasn't lying. I'm not gonna.
I know you weren't lying.
You gotta believe.
Oh, hey guys.
Like in fairies.
Oh, hey, darling. How was your ankle?
A little bit better, but you know, just keeping pressure off it. Hopefully, Abby can heal it up real quick because I don't want to ruin my whole season.
Oh, well, of course, yes. Well, we'll get you fixed up. Hello.
They're down this way. Here, I'll help you. And Wynn will help Victoria up, and I don't know, piggyback carrier.
Yay! Sorry, that's me.
You all walk or are carried or are floating, depending on who you are, over to the entrance of the cave. And you are met by Wynn, the one that you know to be the smallest of the moths, sort of standing there, looking intently at everybody. And when it looks at you and looks at the rest of them, and then it does the same thing that the tall one did, and kind of holds out a finger.
Gotta touch it.
Oh, all right.
Touches your finger.
It's looking back and forth from Hinks and the moth, like, eh.
Hold on, Hanks.
It's not Mothman.
What do you mean it's not Mothman?
It moves over to Victoria.
Can I read its surface thoughts? Like, do I need this?
You cannot.
Okay. She's kind of like looking at it like she looked at Rex the first time she met him, or her, and yeah, she'll boop.
Okay. It moves back to Hinks.
And so he just, I guess, holds out a finger.
You're wearing gloves, right?
Yeah.
It just stands there.
You gotta take the glove off. It's like skin to skin contact.
All right. And he takes off his left glove. He goes to take off his right, stops, takes off his left glove, and holds out his left hand.
Okay. It touches your hand very gently, and sort of reels back, and then you all hear inside your heads.
Friends.
Oh my goodness. That's
In
incredible.
an essentially indistinguishable voice, kind of many-voiced voice.
Moth baby.
Oh,
Hello.
Hey.
What do you mean this isn't Mothman?
Well, it's clearly not Mothman. I mean, Mothman is depicted clearly not as a Lunamoth. This looks like some sort of arthropodic hybrid of sorts, almost some sort of animalia, but I can't determine which. Which plane do you hail from, or planet?
This one.
Oh,
You are so full of shit, Higgs. That is Mothman.
it is an unknown species that you are categorizing as a
you
folklore
have a lovely haul.
harbinger of death.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for having us as a guest.
Come
Places her
inside.
hands over Wynn's mouth.
Thank you.
I don't care what it says, that's Mothman.
Frankly, you're being insulting to whatever this creature is.
The
They said they were
creature
fine with it.
leads you inside, and the other three of you see essentially the same thing Wynn saw. Nothing has really changed. They're kind of sitting around, kind of like perched on little pods and stuff. The tall one gets up, and Wynn, the one that greeted you, walks over to the smallest one that is leading you in. They have some kind of exchange.
Mhm.
Not entirely sure what is said. And then the small one sort of walks up to each of you and points at you, and you hear it say one word as it stops in front of each of you. When it stops in front of Isabel and Wynn, it looks up and looks at both of you, turns back to the tall one, and says,
Friends.
it keeps going, kind of walks around you, Wynn, a little bit to Hinks, and says,
Skeptic.
and then it points up at Victoria, sort of Wynn standing beside you, and says,
Protector.
and the tall one just sort of nods.
So, I was having a nice conversation with this small person, all of them collectively. Stares at Higgs.
Do they
Pauses.
have names?
No, they said they don't need names. So,
We have no need for such thing.
sounds like there's some sort of like hive mind.
Do you communicate together through each other's minds? Is that why you don't need names?
We can. Yes.
I see. Well, that makes sense.
So, Schroeder over there
Oh,
points to unconscious guy. They knocked him out, brought him here. He was trying to out them. We need to figure out how to keep them safe and keep Schroeder from telling them, everyone about this small family.
We have everything we need. Schroeder was a fake. All we have to do is prove that Schroeder faked it all. People will realize that it was just a publicity stunt. They'll go away. And then they can stay right here in their lovely home.
I think that'll work. I think we need to get Schroeder on board with that, though, because if we're threatening him, or if we're doing that against his will, he's just going to turn around and do this all again as soon as we're looking the other way.
I would very much like to stay.
And
we'd like that too.
to help you.
I could boil his brain, or, make him.
Will that kill him?
No. Mm-mm.
Dishonest.
I think we should talk to him first. Figure out why he's doing this. Try to explain the situation to him. See if he'll agree to it. Then we can move on to threats.
All right. I can tweak his thoughts a little bit if we need it.
To be
Let me know.
perfectly frank, he did not, and first impressions can be incorrect, of course, did not seem like the type who would be reasoned with, is my only concern with that particular plan.
Yeah.
Did he seem like the type to be reasoned with to all of you?
No.
Oh, she was
Yes.
asking them off people.
Complicated.
How so?
He's sad. He's made mistakes. Bad decisions. But he knows they're bad. But he makes them anyway. That's why he's asleep.
What sort of decisions?
Hard to say. So many.
I think we need to convince him to make a good decision.
Is he in some sort of trouble?
Yes? He would consider this trouble.
Mind if I take a look in his head? I would like to take. Sorry, I'd like to take a look in his brain.
Oh no. Okay. I am not gonna make you roll. Due to his condition. He can't hide anything in his brain from you right now, because of the condition that he is in. So you kind of probe into his brain a little bit. It is right now quiet. He is extremely in an extremely deep state of sleep. You get sort of flashes of dreams that he won't remember in this deep stage. They're hard to parse, kind of abstract. You look through and try to start separating all of that from his actual thoughts and memories. And once you hit those, you just get this overwhelming feeling of these feelings of frustration, of guilt, of essentially somebody who is on the verge of giving up.
Are there any specifics of why?
There's a lot to parse through. It's hard to say. I think you get flashes of a family. And I think surrounding them especially, there is this like overwhelming, there's anger, but there's also like sadness. That's where a lot of the guilt is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Does it seem like mourning sadness, or like I guess my question is, do I feel like they're dead or they're just like gone from him?
You don't get the impression that it is like the death kind of mourning. There's some complications there.
Yeah. All right. Ugh. Yeah. She kind of like blinks and pulls away. Yeah, he's not in a good place right now, it seems. Maybe we can convince him, but I don't know how that's gonna help. Maybe he just wanted attention. Maybe he wanted money.
Right. I sort of had an idea. I mean, more than anything, he probably just wants to be validated that he was right with all this. You know, and he is. He knows that these things exist now. If we can convince him that these things are worth protecting and not just like, you know, put in a zoo and put on display and having everybody trouncing around the park here looking for him, maybe we convince him to, you know, write another story, draw people somewhere else. You know, he's clearly a capable researcher. I mean, I'm sure he could make a living protecting these things rather than putting them in danger.
Moth persons, are you able to wake him up while we're still here? Or do we have to take him out for him to wake up?
I can wake him, if you wish.
If he gets disagreeable, can we put him to sleep again?
Yes. Although, he is like you, Isabel. He cannot do this for too long. No magic to protect him.
Oh. So, I'm in danger being here.
Only if we put you to sleep. We will not. You're a friend.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Humans are fragile without magic.
That they are, my dear. That they are. So we should wake him up then. All right. Let's get him up, talk to him, and we'll only put him to sleep again if things get very out of hand.
Should I restrain him?
That sounds like a good idea, actually. Yes. Just in case.
Is that really necessary though? I mean,
if
between
he behaves
all
himself,
of us,
then we can untie him.
Maybe just his hands.
I just think the more comfortable he is, the more receptive he's going to be to us talking to him.
This is also reasonable.
Listen,
Wynn, are you
I might
actually
not
going
be
to stop him if he walks away again?
knowing that these creatures are in danger, yes, I will stop him if he starts running. I'm
Thank
not going to
you.
kill him,
Right.
but I'll stop him. Unless he has also trained for a year plus and with the fangs, I'm pretty sure I can take him.
When Crowley carries the weapons, but Victoria has less reservations about killing.
That's why I don't have the weapons.
You have
Yeah,
your
that's what-
mind. You're strong. We respect this.
Victoria's just like, yeah, good.
All right.
Isabel is taking notes for her supernatural book. This is excellent dialogue.
Jeffrey, you've been silent.
Well, I've been contemplating a few questions and whatnot to ask you, but this seems hardly the time or the place, as there is something else at hand.
Your mind races with questions. Is it always so busy?
Well, as you made the observation with Victoria, an intellect is just as good as any weapon, and to keep it, as they say, sharp, you must always be, well, as you put it, skeptical.
Cannot solve a problem without analyzing it first.
Exactly.
We respect this.
Thank you.
They are very respectful.
Well, yes, they are clearly higher beings than just some silly Mothman. I mean,
You do not have to call us Mothman if you do not wish to.
well, good. Frankly, I think it diminishes your capabilities.
Names mean little to us. Shall I restrain Randall Schroeder?
Wynn can do it.
Perhaps you were right. Maybe we should just
Let's just wake
wake
him
him
up.
up and talk to him.
All right.
Okay. I shall wake him.
The creature goes over to Randall Schroeder, sort of reaches out and just very, very gently kind of lays a hand on top of his head. And there's a very brief sort of green glow, kind of the same as what's coming from the walls. They remove it and step back, and slowly he wakes up and is very concerned, has a very concerned look on his face, but looks a little disoriented, pretty groggy. He doesn't just like shoot awake with all of his awareness.
Mr. Schroeder, pleasure of you. Nice of you to join us.
Ah.
Am I dead?
No,
Mm-mm.
dear.
Okay.
Let's talk, shall we?
Do I have a choice?
Not really, no.
I mean, you're
Fine.
gonna have a choice to make, but talking to us is not one of them.
Well, I hate the sound of that.
Good.
So, you know Mothman exists now. We all 5 of us here are aware that Mothman exists now.
I knew Mothman existed years ago.
We are aware that beings exist.
What are you planning to do now that you've got your proof?
Get famous and get paid. What would you do?
I consider that these are intelligent creatures that deserve
Sentient.
their privacy and protection.
Well, so are you. So am I. So are my wife and kids. But I'm nearly destitute and living in an RV, so
Yeah, what happened to your family, by the way?
I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Darling, you're
Well-
not leaving this cave until you talk to us, so maybe you want to get close fast.
She didn't
What
believe me.
Oh.
And it got to be too much. Congratulations, you now know my deepest, darkest secrets. Anything else you want to do to me today?
Why is it so important that everyone believes you?
Do you know what it's like to lose everything because they don't?
No.
Then I'm never going to be able to make you understand.
I'll take a crack at this. Yes, I do know what it's like when others take your research for granted, see it as mere farce, and you are laughed out of every scientific community in Washington. So, any for your thoughts, Mr. Schroeder?
Thanks, Doc Brown. What does that do for me?
Well, it offers somebody who might understand a little bit about what your position is. Maybe a peer to talk with, somebody who is inclined to believe the unbelievable.
What do you want?
I just want you to stop throwing a tantrum when people don't believe you and start to explain yourself when somebody does.
Is that what you think this is? A tantrum?
I see somebody bitter who's unable to listen to reason because they didn't get their way, yes.
And exactly whose reason am I supposed to be listening to?
I've done my best, Wynn. Your go.
How about theirs? Gesturing back to the four moth people. Did you ever ask them what they wanted?
Ever consider that this is their family?
They kidnapped me.
To protect themselves.
Out of self-defense.
But they don't want to hurt you.
I don't want to hurt them.
But
You want to exploit them for your own gain, not scientific research or anything.
And they're perfectly capable of protecting themselves.
It sounds an awful lot like the American dream to me, so suppose you're in the right country.
Well, and I believe, I don't remember who just said this, it was Hanks or Isabel. Well, they just made a good point, though, is that you're about to do to them exactly what happened to you and your family.
So? Life isn't fair.
No, it's not. But here's the thing. We protect and hunt creatures like this for a living. I belong to a group that specializes in such. A group of very powerful, very influential people. I could potentially put you in contact with the right people that could use your research and validate what you've done. You couldn't go around exploiting this sort of information for profit, but you could get paid for protecting creatures like this. Because clearly you've got an eye for it. You're able to find them and do the sort of legwork you need to even get to this cave. So that's one option. Use the skills that you have for good. The other option is those very same powerful people could make your life hell.
Go ahead and roll to manipulate.
Okay.
I'm going to say Wynn. I feel like Wynn is taking the lead on this.
Unless anyone else wants to levy their charm here.
Yeah.
Mine's not
Oh
bad, but I
my
think yours is better.
no.
You all contributed, so if you want to pass
I
it off
can-
to someone else.
I
I
got a
can use
2.
my manipulate someone. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you rolled a 2. I was like, what?
No,
I can
I've got-
I can use my telepathy to manipulate someone, so I have a +3 weird.
That doesn't give you make you use weird. It just means you don't have to talk to them
Hold on.
to do it.
You're
though.
right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And that I always think that Abby does that. Abby has a thing that switches it. Not Victoria. You're
Would
right.
this count as fighting a monster? Because Schroeder, he's kind of a monster, I'm not gonna lie. He's a sad, pathetic monster, but he's a monster nonetheless. Does he count? No? Human monster? No.
You're not fighting it.
Well, we are fighting him with our words. We are sparring verbally right now.
Sometimes I feel like in the past I've been too nice to you all.
You've set a
And
precedent
that's
for
how we
letting
got
us
to
get
this
away
point.
with a lot
I'm
of.
good.
I do let you
bullshit.
get away with a lot of stuff. For the purposes of the moves that I think y'all are talking about, I'm gonna say no. Thematically speaking.
Okay, so I'll roll charm, and then we'll sort out the rest of the wash.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh man,
Oh,
that's
no.
about the worst that I could roll.
What you got?
That's a 5. I don't suppose I'm the one that's got the move that would let that go to a get that to a 7.
Yes, you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And only one of us can help, right?
Yep, you can only get a +1 from helping, and a 6 is still a failure.
I don't know if I want to use a luck on this or
Roll a
not.
20.
One option.
Yeah, my only option here is to use luck.
Ugh.
That's gonna be tough.
Make your choice.
I'll use a luck point.
Oh,
Okay. How many is that for Wynn? Y'all don't use them that often.
That's my 3rd.
Oh, okay. What's your luck move?
I was just looking. Oh. When you spend luck, you find a dangerous lead on your prey. My prey being demons, and specifically Zatheron.
Interesting. I'll think about that one.
Okay.
We will get to the moment at hand.
But I do have, so that's a 12, and I do have advanced charm or manipulate. So for a normal person, not only do they do what you want right now, that they become your ally for the rest of the mystery.
I was gonna say, is you get another best friend?
Did I call it or did I call it? Before the stream, I said, Wynn, Mutt, this dude, Mothman, everybody, let's do it.
Just because they're your ally doesn't mean they like you.
Yeah.
Mutt is just very special. Hold, please. Okay. You say this, and he kind of looks between all of you, and you see this moment. There's this like almost like a distortion in the air as you see just for a second his face is just like full of anger and rage, and then he stops and it all kind of melts away and he just kind of sits defeated for a second. All right. Fine. You win. What do you want me to do?
Well, more than anything, we just want you to not tell everyone that Mothman is here. You can take the proof and stuff you want and tell him you found it somewhere else. Lead him, you know, I hear the West Coast has got a lot of forests and stuff that might work there too. I don't know. Whatever you want to come up with. You're a smart guy. But
May I give a suggestion? Even with proofs, most people won't believe. So, my suggestion, that whether you want to hear it or not, is to let it go. Go back to your family and talk to them and tell them that you were wrong. I know that's hard to do, but I think in the end it'll be better. Because if you're just trying to prove you're right all the time, that's not a very good way to have a relationship. And I don't think that that is the only reason that your family's not here with you anymore. So, but what do I know? I'm just saying.
Victoria dropping some truth over here.
You pushed me off a cliff. So,
You ran away.
with all
did.
due respect, don't talk about my family.
Right. She did, but she's making a good point here, is that you might be right this time, but next time you might not be. So
That doesn't mean I have to like it.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
helping
would-
you, and it doesn't mean we have to like you either, but here we are, darling, so.
I would advise
Congratulations.
following their recommendation, so they know what they're talking about. And if you want to live this kind of life, hunting down things like this, keeping secrets, that sort of thing, we know a lot of people in this sort of game. But you're not going to stay in it long if you go around trying to make money off of TV appearances and book deals and stuff. Because inevitably, something smarter and angrier is going to hunt you down and keep you quiet. There's a lot of dangerous stuff out there.
Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass. I'll throw him off the trail, and you won't hear from me again. Because the place where you and I differ is the secrets.
Fair enough. But if we find out that you renege on this deal and these poor creatures have to go relocate somewhere else for their safety, we're going to find you.
You'll find me and you'll kill me. Great.
No, we'll
kill you.
just embarrass you and disrepute you within an inch of your life. I know a lot of people in media, darling. All of them.
I've already agreed to your terms.
Right.
And that's not as much of a threat to me as you think it is.
I work
Fine.
with what I have.
Let's let the man go.
You all here in your heads?
He tells the truth.
Right.
You can leave, Mr. Schroeder. The barrier will not hurt you on your way out.
He gets up and starts to leave unless you're going to stop him.
Nope.
Okay. He doesn't say anything else. Just leaves.
I had an editor like him once. Ugh, horrid man. Could never be wrong. You are absolutely right, Victoria. The cryptids and such had nothing to do with that man's family falling apart. I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. I'm glad we're rid of him. So I really did want to mess with his brain a little bit.
Victoria.
I didn't.
I still think I'm going to tell if you're okay with it, looking at the moth people side. The group that I was talking about, the Fangs.
Who are they?
They hunt dangerous creatures and protect ones that are in danger. So I can put you in contact with, or I can tell them about you in this place, and they can potentially send some people out here to put up some wardings and hopefully keep this area make it a little more private for you.
I've seen one of you.
One of me.
One of your fangs. Once. I remember him because you remember him.
Which one?
Your father.
My father?
You call him father.
Oh.
Donovan. Right. You saw him out here?
Not here. Somewhere. He's kind.
Right. Yeah, he's a good guy. If you're okay with it, I'll tell him, and they'll make sure you're safe out here.
Yes. We will speak to father.
That'll do. All right.
May I show you something?
Sure.
It came to me when you entered. I didn't know what it meant. I don't know who it is. But someone is calling for you.
Like a phone call?
No. Like a thought. Reaching out. It says red. Fire. It says I'll see you soon. It says worth it. I don't know what this means. I can hear it.
I don't know. I assume nobody told Wynn, because Val know that those were Sal's last words. But I don't know if anyone else in this group knows that.
None of you were there. Well, no, wait. Hinks was there. Hinks would be the only one that knows that. Whether or not Hinks remembers that.
I forget how their telepathy works. Am I hearing all of this too?
Mhm,
Or is
yeah.
it just to Win?
No, you guys are all hearing it.
Okay.
I should have specified.
I don't know what that means.
If I hear it
No.
again, may I find you?
Yeah. Hold on. Wynn thinks about his address. You got that?
Hmm.
Right. You can find me there. Hinks, you were saying something?
Is it possible that her energy went back to the demon plane?
Who?
Your friend Sally.
What's that have to do with anything?
Worth it. Wasn't that what she said when she fell?
We don't know. We weren't there, Hanks. You were.
I'm directing that at Wynn.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just completely unwarranted Victorianness.
None of us were there, Hanks. None of us.
I thought Wynn was.
No,
No,
Hector
it
was
wasn't
there.
Hector
Hector was there.
Fucking
Just
everybody
you,
with their
man.
goddamn second characters. Never
was-
mind.
yeah, it
I'm
was-
just gonna sit here and
No,
not
that's fine.
contribute.
No,
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 you're contributing
contribute.
because you're putting. Somebody needs to tell Win this. So
But yeah, it was
Sally
and Hank,
said,
Sally, and
worth
Rex Abbey.
it. Whoa.
That's exactly how Hank says it too, and I love it.
What a thing that was said.
Win says, "You think that message could be from Sat? She's trying to contact us from the
Who?
demon
Who
plane.
Who was this?
A friend of ours died a few months ago.
Sargos.
Yeah.
Sally Lamar, that teaches at the university.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
I guess that didn't really.
I thought maybe she took a sabbatical or... Oh. Wait, she was a demon? Oh, I knew it!
She,
Oh, she was too... Oh. She kicked my behind in class. Oh, goodness.
well, she says she's on her way. That she's coming back though.
Thank you, moth people. That's very insightful. Hanks, do you think you could help me with a project?
Sure.
If I can tap into this message that's going into Wid's head and amplify it in some way with some sort of machinery or whatever, do you think we can figure out where it's coming from?
Well, I actually have a pretty good idea of where to start, if that's what we're about. Before I make a fool of myself again, has Victoria been to the scenic Hellmouth?
You're not making a fool of yourself, dude. There's like 80 characters.
Oh, yeah.
It's been like 2 months.
Cedar Grove
I-
Scenic Hellmouth. Visit today.
I'm gonna assume that everyone knows about it at this point, just for ease and clarity. So everyone at least knows about it, knows it exists, knows Rex jumped into it.
Hellmouth, Georgia.
Yep.
I don't think that Victoria's seen it, but I know that it was mentioned. Yeah.
That may be a good place to start, although, well, my one concern is that maybe if we just put out a blanket call out into that dimension, that's opening ourselves up to others hearing the call.
Right. But if we can piggyback off of the thoughts, the call, as you call it, that are going into Wynn's head, and I can grab onto that and kind of like follow it like a string, do you think that's something we could do?
Trace it back to the source.
Right.
It's possible. We could try.
I think if she's still alive, we owe her that.
Yes, I would agree.
I hear a lot of thoughts. If I hear her again, I will find you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just come find me there.
Who's Travis?
He's another friend of ours.
Friend,
Do you have a message for him?
no.
Right.
What she thinks of him.
We'll let him know.
I will find you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wynn Crowley.
We'll leave you to your home and your family. Come on. Hoist Victoria back up.
You are hurting.
Yeah, I sprained my ankle. Or broke it. I don't know. It's not great.
I did not realize. Many thoughts in our home.
I understand.
Would you like some
Trust-
help?
Can you fix it?
Yes, we can fix it.
She like just holds her ankle out.
Come.
One of
Kicks
the
man in the side.
one of the smaller ones comes over, and you see this one is they're all similar looking, but this one has on sort of like up its arms and kind of around the edges of its wings these like they almost look like vines, like a vine pattern that kind of follows its markings, and it sort of looks, it kind of walks up to you and puts its hands out to like touch your ankle and stops and just kind of looks at you,
It's all right.
and clasps its hands around your ankle. You feel this kind of like warmth, and you see from the wrappings that that Hinks had put on it before, these small little kind of like vines and little roots kind of come out and wrap around your ankle and your foot for a second, and it kind of glows green, and then they almost like they start to die, like they start to rot, and they kind of fall away into dust. The pain from your ankle is gone. And you hear in a little bit of a smaller voice, but basically the same.
They help. The plants.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
It has been an interesting evening. Thank you again so much for having us.
I wish I could heal your hearts.
Yeah. It's been a lot of loss recently, but the good thing about humans and their hearts is that they heal over time.
Humans are strong too.
Can be.
We will find you.
See you soon, little ones.
They wave as you go.
Yeah. Well, that was an experience.
Yeah, can I put you down now? Are you good?
Do I have to walk?
Roll to manipulate. Oh, it's okay.
She just like wraps her arms around his neck. It's like, but it's just so romantic going for a walk in the moonlight.
Yeah, I got maybe another 200 yards in the forest like this, and we might both be falling down a cliff again.
She hops off.
And we live here.
Well, no.
Oh.
But we can come back and visit.
come live with us?
They are welcome to visit, but I think they rather like it where it's nice and safe in their cave.
Yeah. We'll come back and visit them. How about that?
I'll bring snacks.
Right.
I'm sure they'd love that. You know where there are a lot of snacks, though. at my house.
Can we go to Miss Winton's house, please?
I did promise Gremlins. I can't believe you've never shown the poor thing Gremlins. It's a fantastic
I want to see the
movie.
gremlins.
Is that a movie?
That is a great idea. You know what? Why don't you go hang out with Miss Isabel? And then Wynn and I can go out to dinner.
I would love to babysit anytime.
Rat. Yeah, why don't you go hang out with Miss Winton and
Professor,
Hanks, would you like to join us?
you watch a movie with me?
Oh, of course. Gremlins is a classic.
Yay.
I agree. All right,
That is a
so we'll
movie,
make
right?
some.
Yes.
okay, thank you.
We really need to get you up on your popular culture there, Mr. Crowley. So, popcorn. What else do you think, love? She'll just say-
Doritos.
Oh, I've been stocking up on the Doritos since you've been coming over. What else did we make though? And they'll just talk about snacks.
Okay.
Remember.
Plan a movie night at Isabel's house, and Wynn and Victoria get to leave their kid and go out for a nice dinner.
I mean,
Hey,
if you'd
hey,
met her
hey,
before you went to Italy, you could have left her there. He would have had a wonderful time. Y'all could have done your thing.
Go stay at
That's all right.
Grandma's while
Go stay at
while
Grandma's
it's-
when we go to Italy.
That's basically the treatment he had while he was in Italy with Victoria's family. They're like, oh, he's so cute. Here's all your food.
He's gained a bunch of weight,
Yeah.
and he's still
He's beautiful
a
at
ball.
any size.
he's lovely. That's where we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Uh,
And now you're friends with Mothman. Congratulations. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We will be back in a short 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna take a quick break, refresh our snacks, our drinks, and ourselves. And when we come back, I think it's new mystery time. So we'll see what happens. Stick around. And get some Doritos. And welcome back, Internet. Thank you for hanging out with us during our break. We are going to continue right along. So you have a little bit of downtime, not much. Some of you have a nice movie night with Belial. Some of you have a nice dinner date and get to spend the evening just the two of you, which doesn't happen very often. And it's good. I'll say the next day, I told you all this. I said I was going to start with Isabel because I think this makes the most sense to me. Tell me if I'm wrong. Out of all of you, the one who watches the news the most often.
At least 3 times a day.
Probably just always has the morning, afternoon, and night local news on. I felt like would be Isabel.
The retiree, technically, yes.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but that was the assumption I made in my head. So Isabel, the next day, you have gotten up, I assume, fairly early, like she does.
Does some yoga.
Yeah, you do your yoga. You have your morning yogurt.
Some coffee.
Couldn't think of anything else that would go along with that. Have some coffee. You flip on the news. Because everyone knows I love to start a mystery with a good old-fashioned local Cedar Grove broadcast. You flip on the news. It's a lot of the same. You usually, I think, flip it on like just in time for the weather report. And then because all of the interesting stuff comes after that, they're not going to put it right at the beginning because viewership. You watch the weather report. Everything seems fine. In the middle of it, however, they cut back to the desk as a breaking news bulletin comes through. You see the regular news anchor who I've put in this show so many times, and I don't think has a name. What's her name?
April.
Someone else, last name.
Trying.
Springfield.
April Springfield, the newest addition to the Cedar Grove local news station, just recently in the last 6 months promoted to anchor, the youngest anchor to ever take the position on the station after the last anchor retired after 40 years of service. Miss April Springfield, everybody. Give her a round of applause. She exists now. Usually it's the field reporters, and I realized I never gave the anchor a name. So, April Springfield, her sort of bleached blonde hair, pulled back, high ponytail, smart suit, sitting behind the desk, comes up in the middle of the weather report. Sorry to interrupt, but comes through with a breaking news bulletin and tells you, the viewer, a source has come forward with information on what appears to be the largest missing persons event in the history of Cedar Grove. According to this source, who will remain anonymous, 14 people have been reported missing to the CGPD in the last 24 hours. While we've reached out to the CGPD for comment, so far, no other information has been received. So if you have any information regarding the missing citizens of Cedar Grove, please call the tip line below. We're going to show you their photos now. And up on the screen, pop the photos of the 14 people who, between yesterday morning and this morning, went missing.
Can I take a picture of the television with the phone? Oh, I could do that screenshot thing that she showed me, but it's not on the phone. I'll try. She's gonna like take a picture of the screen with her phone.
You take a picture of the TV screen. It's 14 photos, all different kinds of photos that have clearly been submitted by families with the people's names. underneath them. So it's, you have that information. It might be a little difficult to read, but you got it.
She shall send it to people.
After the breaking news bulletin, another piece comes through. In a bit of lighter news, this is a fluff piece that generally, I don't know whether Isabel pays much attention to those or not, actually.
She's a writer. She'll pay attention if something like catches her fancy. She might write down an idea or something. So
Okay.
she, like happy.
Yeah, you pick up on this one because I think it is particularly strange. It is the segment of the news where they usually feature like a local artist, or like if there's going to be like a festival or like something downtown, like they'll usually feature them in this time. And so the anchor comes on again, and they show a video of downtown Cedar Grove, and you tune back in because the picture catches your eye, because you see shots of the sort of the large like cedar trees that are strategically planted downtown, the brick roads and everything. And you turn it back up, and the anchor has started talking about how while they don't know who's done it, because no one is taking credit for it, sort of overnight, what they are calling potentially an art installation or some kind of statement piece has shown up downtown, and sort of strung throughout. You see this video and strung throughout the cedar trees, wrapped around street signs, bike racks, all kinds of stuff downtown, benches sort of wrapped around the arms and the legs, is this this thick, sort of shiny golden thread.
Interesting.
The rest of the news is boring.
Well, she will throw a cardigan over her shoulders, tie it, grab her keys, head into work, and send this other little tidbit onto the group chat.
Okay, you all wake up to some very strange texts and pictures from Isabel.
I rolled a 6 on my premonition, just so you know.
Okay.
Which means I get a vision of something bad to happen, and the keeper holds 3 to be spent 1 for 1
This
as
hasn't happened in a
penalty
while.
to rolls you make. Yep.
Victoria hold 3.
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you the vision right now,
Coolio.
because they never pop into my brain like this. So it's happening. It's happening, people. I've come up with an idea. Victoria, you get these texts from Isabel. Very sad. 14 people have been reported missing in the last 24 hours or so. You all didn't hear about this. You were in the middle of the forest for most of the day yesterday and had little to no signal, except for, important plot moments. You look at the pictures. Nobody you really recognize. Maybe a couple of faces look kind of vaguely familiar to you. They're probably students, but nobody you know necessarily. You flip to another picture that Isabel has sent you of these trees that are strung with this golden thread. And the thread, when you look at it, hits you like a ton of bricks. You feel like something has just sort of like impacted into your chest. It almost knocks the breath out of you, and for the first time in a long time, you have no warning that you are about to have a vision. You are just sort of like catapulted into this vision. You hear screaming. You see nothing all around you. It is pitch black, but you just hear someone screaming. Like a scream is sort of echoing off of almost like cave walls or like stone, something like that. You reach out and you touch in front of you this cold stone wall. You look around, you can't see anything, and then from below you, underneath your feet, you see this kind of soft green, or not green, gold glow, similar to the color of the thread, forming a line, like a path, down this long stone hallway.
Can I follow it?
You can try. I'm gonna have you roll to act
Okay.
under pressure.
Oh boy.
We haven't done this in a while. It's exciting.
Okay, that's gonna be a cool roll. I'm not super cool, so let's see. That's an 8.
Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, you can follow it, but it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Okay. I'll say, did anybody else have any harm from before? It was just Victoria falling off a cliff, right? No.
harm.
Okay. Yeah, you would have healed whatever harm you had before, thanks to Mothman. I don't know if
Thanks,
I explicitly
Mothman.
said
Yeah.
that part. So yes, you would have healed whatever that harm was, and then you guys have had the night to rest. So yes, you can follow it.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have a migraine, at the very
Okie
least.
dokie.
Wanna do it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Go ahead and take 1 harm. The pain sort of, this has happened to you a couple of times before now, starts to like creep up the back of your head. You can feel it kind of pressing behind your eyes. That you follow it. You follow this sort of golden line, this very thin golden line kind of down, keeping a hand on the wall to make sure you don't lose where you were. You follow it and you follow it for a long time. What feels like, I don't know, could be 2 seconds. It's a vision. Could have been 2 hours. But you follow it for a while, and then eventually you start to see at the end of this hallway what look like torchlight, kind of like flickering, like firelight. You follow it in, and you find yourself in this huge circular room with a stone in the center, sort of a large stone, and a huge axe that has been sort of one side of the blade driven into it.
I'm sorry, into what?
There's like a large, like a boulder, almost like a big stone in the center of the room.
Okay. And is it okay? Not to be nerdy here. Is it like a axe that you would use on wood, or like a double-bladed axe?
It's like a
or-
double-bladed axe.
Okay.
You see this, and then all around you, that screaming that has sort of been going on in the distance starts to get louder and louder and louder until it almost consumes you, and your vision just goes kind of like white hot. And you're back in your room.
Because I rolled so poorly, I'm assuming that there is a bit of transference from this stream. So Victoria wakes up screaming.
What the? Draws a knife from the bedside table.
She's just like trying to gather in her surroundings and figure out where she is.
Well, you're right. You're in bed.
Fuck. God, I hate that.
I'll get some coffee going. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll take out her notebook and write everything down.
So what was it this time?
We got a message from Isabel with a couple things. The golden string triggered something. It was like a black room, and they were screaming, and I followed a golden string that was like shining into a big room with stone. It was a circular stone room with a boulder in the middle that had an axe through it, and then there was just screaming and a lot of screaming.
Yikes. So, probably connected to the disappearances then.
Yeah.
Great. Sounds like another job.
Yeah.
All right. I guess let's convene with the group and figure out how we want to deal with this. It said it's all this string stuff's all over town, right?
Yeah, I didn't get that far in the message.
Maybe we should see if we can snag some before everyone else starts ripping off of light poles and stuff.
Yeah. I really hope this doesn't have anything to do with the fates.
Why do you say that?
String. People going missing, lives being interrupted. I don't know. Just get the heebie-jeebies.
Well, let's take it one step at a time. Go into this clean slate. See what we turn up. See who's available for the job. I still gotta report up on the Mothman stuff to Donovan and see if he needs anything from me on that. So
Okay, I'll text the group. Sends a group text to everyone, including
Oh, the big group.
the big group text, just to be like, "Hey, who's available for this? I had a vision about it."
This is turning into like the WoW groups that I used to be a part of, where it's just like, hey, we're 8 p.m. tonight, raid, 20 spots.
Exactly. I think Abby is probably like, she's doing something with Ajax in Europe.
Fair.
Well, obviously, and I mean, I brought it to you. Of course, I'm available. Also, who are these other numbers?
Aaron. There's the other hunters.
Identify yourselves.
Who are you?
it's me.
I am here.
I have your number, Mr. Adonis.
Great. Just in case, it's Hector.
Thank you.
Are you available, Hector?
I might be. Hold on. No response for a while.
I just want to know if Hinks ever checks the group text.
I mean, after her yoga, like she'll go take a shower, like she's
Good
like
point.
ready for her day and throws everything on. She'll just go
Hinks?
walk the 5 minutes that it takes to get to his wing, and then just knock on his door.
Hinks, do you read your texts?
Professor,
Not often.
Professor,
Yes.
have you checked your phone today?
No.
Will you open up, please?
Certainly. And where's Belial?
Where would he be? Because you set him up a
Yeah, he's got
Like
a
a
little bay
space.
window and like a dog bed and like where like it's
he
near
has
the
like
kitchen.
one of those like cat spaces,
Yes,
like a window box. He's
Yes.
asleep in,
exactly.
covered in Dorito dust.
Oh yeah.
He is never coming home.
Ever. If
You've lost him.
If you could eternally stay at grandma's house at like age 8, you would. Come on.
Yep.
So you come in and just watch your step.
Oh, all right. What's going on in here?
You hear the rattling coming from behind, like, I don't know, like a lab table. And then it's just Belial in a hamster ball rolling across the room.
What? Mr. Hanks, what did you do? Bilal, are you alright?
This is fun.
Mr. Hanks,
Professor has toys.
I don't think
It's
this is
not
just for
a-
you to play in.
Yes, it's not a toy, but
It's an experiment.
yes, an experiment.
Oh,
I'm helping.
really? I'm
Yes.
sure you are, darling. What are you doing with the whole thing?
Well, I'm just merely seeing how well, his body doesn't seem to be comprised of much physical material, and so I'm just trying to see how exercise makes his cells react.
I'm an anomaly.
I
He doesn't
know,
appear to have
darling.
sweat
yes,
glands.
you are. Is this gonna hurt him in any way?
No.
And he can get out if he wants to.
Well, he just has to ask.
Bilal,
I can get out.
You can?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it in here. It's cozy.
Okay. As long as you're enjoying yourself. Oh,
Please, I need the T-shirt of Belial on it. Just says, "I'm an anomaly."
I'm an anomaly. I'll put it on the list. Well, Bilal, honey, I need to borrow Mr. Hanks. We might have a job to do. Why don't you go check in on your papa, okay?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes. All right, see you
Get some
later.
Doritos.
Of course, honey. You take some for the road, okay?
Okay. Hinks, you watch as Belial sort of compresses into a very, very, very small form, like a little sliver, like a shadow, and just kind of like slides out one of the little, one of the slits on the hamster ball, and then just. See, I get out.
Well, okay, I don't understand why you made the password Cool Ranch, but sure.
It's the second best kind of Doritos. Nobody will guess it.
Darling, of course.
It's true. It's true.
The best
You-
kind is the taco ones.
All right, honey, we'll go on. Go see your papa. All right.
When he says the taco
Bye.
ones, does he mean like the Doritos Locos Tacos, like the ones that talk about, or does he mean the taco flavored Doritos? Because
Those were
I
the
can't.
first ones that he had with Travis. Was the
The
taco
very
flavor.
first Doritos he ever had were the taco
Okay.
flavored
I
ones.
just needed to know which one he was referring to.
Have
there.
you ever
Okay,
given this
okay.
boy a Doritos Locos taco?
God.
Because in this universe, they still exist, and all Taco Bells sell them, and that they'll never stop because this is my fantasy.
I like this
I've,
universe.
I've really been
Marker.
swayed between which character. I
Not
wanna
really.
play
The
for this
volcano tacos are the best ones, but come on,
Yeah.
they can do both.
I've really been debating which character I want to play for this next mystery, but I really don't want Belial to go away just yet, so I might just stay.
Can Bilal
I mean,
just
he can
hang out without
Hang
Wynn?
out.
That's
He
true.
doesn't have to go away. Like he exists.
Are we using Wynn for his familiar?
I think
Yes.
we are.
Are we
Yes.
bad friends?
No, I mean, he
No.
went around for other reasons. I think we as players sometimes can, I mean, literally, that's what Val just said. is that they were keeping Wynn around. Val's doing it. It's one
Yeah, I'm
for
doing it.
me.
Listen, Belial is an NPC. If you want him, much like Mutt Danson, he is available to you.
Oh, man.
Man, I want to play. I got the very vague hint from Savannah that Hector would be sad if he missed this mystery at the before we started. So I really want him to be here. So yes, as long as Belial can stay. Then.
Belial is always around. He's a very powerful demon.
Very
Good
powerful.
boy.
He's a good boy.
He could be manipulating you all right now.
He's a very powerful
And you would
good
let
boy.
him.
100%.
He's the goodest boy. You want to get Hector up in here?
Yeah, I think I got Hector up in here.
Hector it up.
Have Hector and Belial ever talked to each other?
No, I haven't. I really want to see this interaction
Okay,
too.
well, let's do that first, I guess.
So I think before they
Belial
before-
comes back.
before because where were we all meeting? Back at the Haven or at Isabel's place?
Wherever
I see
you want.
Isabel's place if
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess Abby's not around, so yeah, I might as well
Oh, then
Yeah.
Belial will just stay
stay.
there.
yeah. Then I think as they're leaving, Wynn just probably gets a text or a call or something from
You wanted to
Haley or-
go. He wanted to go meet with Father Donovan.
Yeah, well, because I think
Right.
one needs to set up the stuff for the Mothman preserve, and wants to rub it in everyone's faces at the Order who laughed at him for believing in Mothman. So that's going to take him at least a day, and then the rest of it does want to start looking into what's going on with this transmission getting from Sal. So.
Yeah, so I'll say you let Haley know what was going on. Father Donovan called you at some point and said, "Hey, come in. You were there. Tell me what happened. Let's set all this stuff up." So you are gonna spend some time doing that, heading that up.
Sounds good.
So Hector is here.
Yeah. Also, Wynn can't get many more improvements. I got to be really sparing about when I actually play him because God, I'm getting way too high level with him.
Yeah, you don't have to improve. You just won't get any more XP.
Yeah. So yeah.
If we
Hector
ever
gets
do a different version of this game, I'm making it 10 XP to level up like the Sprawl.
yeah. Hector sends a text back like an hour later. It's like, "Yep, I'll be there."
All right, well, we're meeting at my place.
Oh, when does this mean you gotta go?
I'm messing with the overlay stuff.
Yeah, I'm busy. I gotta go
No.
talk to Father Donovan.
Oh
But
no,
first
he's
I gotta
becoming NPC.
First I gotta get all my knives, and then I gotta turn my hat around backwards.
Well, that sounds like you, honey.
Belial, don't eat too many Doritos. Sorry, you were busy.
I want.
That's what you sound like.
No, I want Wynn to be an NPC now. Can I give up Wynn just so you play him forever?
Yes.
Are we just collecting how many people do Wynn impressions?
No, but if you give him up, I'm giving him to Rob.
Yes!
I really like my characters, but
What?
Just-
oh man,
I'll give you, instead of giving you Win, I'll just give you the power that all of your characters have the uncanny ability to do a great Win impression.
I mean,
Because your
Yes.
Win impression is literally
it is a pretty great Wynn impression.
Okay, we'll talk about this later. Win gets his knives in his backwards hat and he goes and works.
Oh boy. Okay.
Sorry, I made myself laugh.
Making him out to
So-
be the most one-dimensional character.
He is
No, he's a
deep.
he's a very special boy.
I'm
Very
multifaceted.
special. He's a very special boy.
He's very special and we
We'll
love
treat him as such.
Okay.
Um,
Everyone is gonna meet up. So we've got Hinks, Isabel, Victoria, and Hector.
Dream team.
And Belial. You all meet up at
Yeah, like
Isabel's
we said,
house.
the dream team.
you meet up at Isabel's house.
Do Hector
That's all
and
I
Victoria
got,
just
go for
teleport in at the same time awkwardly?
Yeah.
How long is it gonna be until Isabel gets somebody to ward her house against teleporting?
Oh,
I
Oh.
asked both of you to please at least just do that on the front lawn or something, and then just knock, so I'm aware that when you. Never mind. It's fine. You're here. Hello.
Whoa, you're tall.
Demon!
No. This is Belial. He's a friend. He's a friend. She literally puts her body in front of Belial.
He's tall.
Yeah.
There's
Alright.
there is a demon behind you.
Yes.
Hi.
it's okay. That's
Jeez.
Wynn's familiar.
Friendly.
Hi.
Familiar.
You want to take a second to talk
I can't.
about that?
I can't not say it like Isabel for some reason.
This is familiar.
Familiar.
Claire, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Object.
I forgot how to do an accent for a second there.
Familiar.
Familiar.
Nope.
Nope, I still can't do it. It's fine.
You know what? To
Just
be fair,
let it go.
if they hang out with her long enough, it's gonna rub off anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Especially Southern accent to Southern accent. You're gonna sound like every Southern state.
Wynn's familiar.
Hi.
Yeah, it's all right.
Are you
Friend,
sure?
It's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
He's been staying with me. His name's Belial.
Do you like Doritos?
Do you like Doritos?
I do like Doritos.
Do you like the Cool Ranch kind? They're the second best kind. I have some.
I prefer the taco flavor, but
Well, look at that. Just fast friends over here if we put down the hammer.
Produces an entire family-sized bag of taco Doritos.
Do you want to be my friend?
How did you get?
I'm a demon.
Damn it!
and you're sure it's safe.
Mr. Adonis, I just did a
They're just
strenuous
Doritos.
yoga exercise and my arms are starting to get tired. Could you put the hammer away, please? Thank you.
Well, it is my cheat day.
Nudges bag of Doritos.
I have more.
And what did you say your name was?
Belial.
Lyle.
Hello.
Right. Are you an archdemon?
I wish.
Right.
Oh,
Takes a Dorito. Still looking at Lyle a little suspiciously.
Are you an angel?
Nephilim.
Bless you.
No, bless you, Belial.
I'm done. Can we stop the session here? Because I'm not going to be able to talk for the rest of it.
You wanted him around.
Victoria, do you want some Doritos?
No thanks. I you know that I don't eat junk food.
Oh, I know. It's just polite to ask.
That's
That's what your
That
mom
was-
says.
Yes, I know, and yes, it is very polite. However, still don't eat Doritos.
Okay.
Well, he seems safe enough.
Yep.
I'm very powerful.
yes, you are, darling.
Are you now?
No.
Yes.
Anyways, we
So
have a
is this part of the
mystery.
case?
No.
No, he just likes to hang out with me sometimes.
Right.
She
Have
spoils
you-
him.
Have you ever derailed your own session?
All the time. When I said, yes, it is a BDSM sex club,
So
that derailed
Join
my
us for
session
Neon Souls on Friday.
a lot.
Hey.
Right.
Oh,
Case.
disappearances.
Mm-hmm.
Golden string. Thread. Metal. Something.
Right. I had a vision. Not like the first one. Very much not like the first one.
Just
That was
checking.
Never
darling.
happened before. Just so we're clear.
Oh, it's okay, darling. That's what they all say. But, what did you see?
I saw. Well, first I heard screaming, and that I was only seeing blackness. I looked down, I saw the golden string, and I followed it into a circular stone room with a large boulder in the middle, and there was a double-sided axe in it, and just lots of screaming.
Double-sided
Anyone?
axe.
Golden thread. Mr. Adonis, are you well versed in your Greek mythology?
I don't know. There's always so many people at our reunions, and it just gets hard to keep track of everything,
Riddle
honestly.
me this, sir. What comes to mind when I say a ball of golden thread that doesn't run out? Nothing?
Just give him a sec.
Oh, man. Well, it would be very convenient for crocheting, but I don't know about golden thread.
I'll give you a hint. It involves someone who, well, was like yourself, in fact, half mortal and half divine, by the name of Theseus.
Right, yeah. No, I don't remember.
Oh, Theseus and Ariadne,
No, I know Theseus, I just
labyrinth,
don't know the
the
relation.
Minotaur. I swear.
He's kind of a douche.
I'm sure he is. He left the poor girl after all, but she had a golden thread yarn that supposedly never ran out, and that's how they got around the labyrinth. This is standard mythology, my dear.
Huh. Like I
Right.
said, I'd never really... Everyone just sort of brags all the time, and it just gets very tiresome.
Well,
Everyone has a story, and there's always gold, and there's always somebody sleeping with somebody, and somebody getting killed, and somebody
Yes,
then
that
going
does
to
rather
bring them
sound
back. And
like Greek mythology. I don't know about any of you, but I would like to get
lots of spiders.
something with this thread. And then perhaps we should get to know something about these unfortunate people that have disappeared. In the myth, it was usually 7 men and 7 women. The finest in the land were the ones that were sacrificed to the Minotaur. So maybe if these folks are rather extraordinary, that might give us a hint.
How do
Wait,
you
you said-
know all this?
I have a master's in library sciences, my dear. Mythology is nothing.
You're saying 14 people. 7, 7, 14. Yes, 14 people were sacrificed.
Well, that's what they said on the news.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they said on the news.
Now the
That's
news
why
did
she-
not say they were sacrificed.
Well, no. No, 14
no.
people went missing, and you said 7 and 7
Just
were
to
sacrificed.
clarify.
Yes. 14
Right.
people were sacrificed today in Cedar Grove. No.
In the
I'm trying to
biggest
be dumb here.
sacrificial
Let me be
event in
dumb.
Cedar Grove history.
Sorry.
Yes, they said 14 people.
Huh.
Mr.
I hope I
Honesty,
don't have family in town.
What exactly? I'm confused. I'm not confused because normally this takes a lot longer for us to get to this point. So thank you. But I think we should tread
I'm
caution.
spitballing here, darling, but that's just sort of where my mind went when I thought of some golden thread.
Right.
I can reach out and see if I can what I can find.
You're gonna
I don't
speak to your
know.
mom?
I don't think I need to involve her with this.
Why don't you peruse that end of things, and then the rest of us can maybe, Mr. Hanks, would you like to get some sort of sample and maybe some experiments on whatever this thread is?
Of course, yes.
And Victoria, you and I could maybe go out and learn a little bit more about these people that we're missing.
Sure.
Wonderful! Oh, it's just like a work shift. Just divvy out all of the work and we're all ready to go. All right. And Bilal, you stay there looking handsome and you finish off those Doritos, okay, darling? All right.
Okay.
Well, let's go. We don't have all day.
Those were meant to be a reward for good behavior, but sure, why not?
I've been very good.
He's always good.
Okay.
Gonna get even fatter.
Can I have a Red Bull?
No.
Okay.
Well, although
No. Last time you had a Red Bull, you bounced off literally every single wall. And you
It was
knocked
really
over
fun.
everything. You knocked over everything. It was a mess.
I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
I broke a window.
Yeah.
I would rather you not break any of my windows, darling. But you can finish off the Doritos, and then when those are done, I left you a surprise in the pantry.
Oh.
So finish your Doritos first.
I have an extra protein smoothie if you'd like one.
What's a smoothie?
I don't know how protein would interact with his muscle mass.
You said he barely had any mass at all.
Yeah, probably a waste.
All right, well, when we head off, let's see, Victoria, how are we going to talk our way into the police station on this one?
Do you know anyone in there?
I have one or two consultants in the law enforcement. Yeah, give one of them a call.
I could just flirt with him.
You know, that always works too. I wish we knew someone that could just take a peek at all these pictures and maybe figure it out.
Do we know somebody in the mythology department?
Well, I know everyone at the school, darling.
Perhaps we should start there. But we have the list of people, right?
Oh, yes, what they list off at the news.
Maybe we should just look them up on Facebook.
See, this is why I wanted you on my team. All right. Why don't we stop there? And, yeah, we'll just, we can use the facilities at the library. I have to check in at work anyway.
All right. Have fun, boys.
We will.
And away we go.
And away you go. Let's start with the boys.
I've done a lot of bullshitting in this game, so I don't know how much I can actually
So have I. It's okay.
hang my hat on. I don't know if Hector has anyone he can just call up, his cousin Theseus, see what's on, what the deal is.
I'm gonna say you know the story.
Uh-huh.
There are several different versions of the story that you've heard. You don't know Theseus personally. So no, you cannot just call Theseus.
Okay. Just don't know which of his relatives are still alive in this universe.
As far as you know, Theseus is no longer alive.
Died a few years back. Can I actually do something useful then? My alternative weird move is past lives.
Oh jeez.
We've used before to bad results, and I'd like to do it again. So I think Hector is going to try to channeling their Nephilim bloodline, try to remember and reach back to maybe a time when Theseus was alive, or around that time period. See if it gets more information.
Okay. Sorry, I'm pulling up some things just in case. Please roll for me.
Okay.
Don't you have a negative weird?
I have a -1.
Oh, bud. Hector.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Roll plus.
Hector's
well,
just an angel
minus
that's
weird.
bad.
For
Hector's
past
just
lives.
an angel that's bad at using their powers.
The ultimate himbo.
Oof.
Every time.
So close.
What you got?
That's a 6.
What happens on a failure?
On a failure, a past life takes over for a while.
Okay. Hector, you sit and channel, or what? Stand, probably.
Yeah, I think Hector just kind of like finds an open space and like I assume we're still at Isabel's house, maybe in the foyer.
Don't you break her house. Don't you break
and-
her
Like he's
house.
getting ready to work out.
Just like jogs in place a little bit. Just like, okay, all right, and just like focuses, like trying to psych himself up, and then just kind of channels their Nephilim abilities, like wings flare, like all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And they try to essentially, it's like time traveling inside his own head.
Okay. You channel a past life, and almost immediately you feel sort of that like pull in your gut, and you start hurtling backwards in time and in space, and you find yourself in a body that is very similar to your own, very large, very muscular, very powerful, wearing some armor, which is still less clothes than you normally wear somehow. You find yourself on a battlefield. Sandals running up your ankles, sort of exposed thighs. I'm sure everyone is very sad that they're not here. Sort of exposed arms and biceps, holding a shield in one hand and a large spear in the other. And you step up sort of on this incline, and you find yourself standing on the edge of a cliff, sort of looking over the rest of this battlefield. And then your body is not your own. You find yourself leaning back, and you let out a yell, a battle cry, which echoes supernaturally sort of across this field, and you see these sort of shadowy figures start to appear among who you identify as your enemies, and you see all of them start to fear you. And they panic, and they scream, and they start to run.
Okay.
And you think you are basically the literal personification of fear.
Ooh.
Do you know who you are?
No.
I'm trying to decide if Hector would know who this was.
Val doesn't know. Val's not versed enough with.
Hector would know, because this is a long lost half sibling of his. Phobos. The personification of panic and fear.
Okay. Hector still is seeing this flashback.
Aphrodite's son with Ares.
So is
one of them.
Is
Second one to
Hector
his brother Demos.
is Hector living in this flashback for a time period, or do they come back into their own mind and think that
I think I think he lives in. I think Hector is just sort of hit with like this very strong memory, like you have this flashback, like you're actually there, and then you're sort of brought back into yourself. But that's who you think you are for the time being.
Right. The sort of flare ends. I mean, Hector's alone right now in the foyer, I'm assuming, unless Hank's stuck around
Maybe.
to watch.
You think you're the literal personification of fear and panic.
does one portray that? I think just kind of calms down a bit. It's around. Well, I must go find my enemy and strike them down. Steps up to the door, kicks it open. Steps out into the to the front yard of Isabel's house.
Oh, the door's not on his hinges anymore.
Steps out onto the to the front porch of Isabel's house. Sees like neighbors walking past, walking their dog. Just says, "Run, mortals! Fear me!" And just goes do 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 running down the street. Just through the neighborhood, causing panic.
Isabel has to move now. Isabel must leave. They already think that Mr. Adonis is like some eccentric millionaire, and now they're gonna think that he's living there, that they're like in a relationship, and that the man is bananas.
And just stops.
Okay,
it's like,
I was gonna say all of that was your takeaway from this, and
Yes.
then you got to bananas, and it all made sense. Okay.
My reputation.
Her reputation.
as he reaches the end of the street, stops. Demos, where are you, brother? Come out! I will find you. And just keeps running down the road.
Do you think maybe they'll like accept that maybe he's like a method actor or something? Like, you think that's a good enough excuse? He's like he's an up and coming action film star. That's the one. That's what we're going with. Anyway, continue.
So yes, that is Hector right now. He's running downtown, like towards downtown Cedar Grove.
I'm just gonna assume you hear the yelling, Hinks.
I'll be honest,
kicking of the door.
I got nothing.
That's okay. Sometimes you got nothing.
Yeah.
Who was there the last time this happened? Was anyone?
It would have been Abby.
Oh,
No,
Sal's
Abby
there,
and
so
Sal were there, yeah.
No idea.
And
Oh,
Hinks wasn't
boy.
there yet. No, none of you know about this. So
I think-
Hector has just kicked the door off its hinges, has run out into the street, yelling for his brother Demos, and taken off towards downtown.
Yeah, so I think hearing the yelling and the door kickery, Hinks would have popped out and looked around. Hector? He'll like stumble upon the door and just, oh no. What can take down a Nephilim? Oh boy, okay. And he'll just start scanning for what happened to this door and like what he thinks attacked Hector.
Okay. You have technology for this. You've
I
been scanning
sure
so many
does.
things lately.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you start scanning around you know Hector's energy signature
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah, it's just Hector.
Alright. Huh.
Hector attacked himself as far as you're concerned.
Well, not a vengeful spirit seeking lust. I guess I'll just follow the Hector trail. See if I can find him.
I feel like it's not a hard trail to follow.
Hector's at the end of the
Yeah.
road now.
You're a
and
man of science, and Hector is Hector. You can
Hector's at
find
the end of the road, has uprooted like a sapling at the end of the road, and is like trying to carve it into a spear. To
Okay.
obviously wield in battle.
Okay, great. So I guess Hanks finds him carving a spear out of a tree and just... Hector,
Demos,
what?
there you are.
Excuse me?
You quickly realize your mistake.
Me?
I'm putting my foot down on this one.
Oh, I didn't know if this was just like he's gonna misunderstood someone at someone.
No.
Okay, we'll not do that then.
No, you're looking for him.
Okay, I will continue looking for him then.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Humor me, please.
I will do that. Retake on that. You there? Who are you?
Professor Hinks. Who are you?
Do not know. Bow before me in fear, mortal.
I'm sorry. What do you want with Hector's body?
Hector. Who is Hector?
The vessel you're inhabiting right now.
I know not of what you speak. I am Phobos.
Aha.
And I will conquer this world once I have found my brother Deimos. Where is he? What have you done with him?
Are
you a sorcerer?
Nope. Please hold still, and he'll take out his phone, and he will turn the camera on, flip it to the front-facing one, and hold it up to old Phoebe there. This is your reflection.
Yes, I am quite handsome. What kind of magic is this? What sort of mirror are you? And like reaches out to just snatch it out of your hand.
It's a phone. Essentially, you communicate with people, but you can also take visual images of people on it, which is what I'm showing you. So you agree that this face present here is Phobos.
Yes.
Fascinating. I wonder if Nephilim just take the same form throughout their life. Well, in any case, do you have any idea where this Deimos went and where we may search for him?
I do not. I was transported to this land suddenly. Are you familiar with this region?
Yes, I am. If you'd accompany me back to my lab, we can get working on finding your brother.
So you do know where he is?
No, but I'm willing to help you search.
I do not know if I can trust you. You carry strange magics in your pocket.
Isn't that
And
the
you
exact kind
wear-
of person you want helping you search? Somebody with knowledge of the arcane?
Only if you bow before me and pledge your loyalty to me.
I pledge my loyalty.
I'd like to read a person.
Okay. Hold, please. You can roll to read a person
Sharp, right?
with a -1 forward.
Perfect. That'll put me at a -1. Oh, this is the one I rolled decent on.
What you got?
7.
One question.
Yes. What does your character intend to do?
I like that you asked that in your character voice.
Intends to help Hector regain control of his body by doing whatever, like just going along with it, man. He's along for the ride until he can figure this one out. So in an abstract sense, he does hope to help you.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I give you a keeper intervention? Along for the ride is probably enough for Phobos.
Yeah, that's enough. Just enough that he's not planning to.
No.
outright betray him.
I'm not trying to sneak up behind you and bonk you on the head and hope that.
He's gonna help.
Yeah, no, I'll help.
In the best way that he knows how.
In the hinkiest way available.
Well, that you are immune to my aura and are able to stand in my presence is a feat in and of itself. I will accept your pledge of loyalty. Onward, show me to this lab of yours.
Excellent. Right away. And I think on the way, he's just going to send Isabel and Victoria a message and just say, Hector's gone, but Phobos is here.
You both get in mostly unprecedented text.
Yeah. Have any of you encountered another being take control of Hector's body aside from the ghost that we dealt with?
The fact that you were asking if there has been a second creature that has taken over Mr. Adonis's body just goes to show you how strange of a job it is that we have. She'll type that whole text block out.
Which
Also,
one is Phobos?
One of the gods of fear and terror. He has a brother named Deimos. It's why the two moons of Mars are named that, because they're the children of Mars and Aphrodite.
Uh-huh. Should I go back real quick and just meet you at the library?
Mr. Hanks might like some reinforcements just in case, well, if Mr. Adonis seems to think that he is the god of fear,
Right.
might not be our best hope right now. Reinforcement might be a good idea.
Anyone in his history that I should know about that I might be able to,
Well, again, he has a brother named Deimos. His father is Ares of Mars and the Romans. His mother's Aphrodite.
Alright, I can work with that. I'll meet you there. She snaps and is
If
gone.
you wanted to make sure she got a picture if she was going to pretend to be Aphrodite. All right, she'll head off to work.
Okay. Isabel heads off to work. Victoria, you teleport back to the rest of your team. You find them, I assume, walking back to Isabel's house.
Yeah. I'll be in the house.
Okay. You go back to the house. Hector, Phobos, you follow your newfound friend and disciple, Professor Hinks, to the house that you came from. Not that you were paying much attention. The three of you are there.
Hi. Do you know who I am?
Who is this?
I would like to take a look at his brain and see what's going on in there.
Okay. Are you using a move or you just want to get surface thoughts?
I just want to get surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts. Val, give me one. Just one line. Surface thoughts.
I'm gonna go the opposite direction of that. God, why you put me on the spot for this? I have to interpret this character and I have to think for them.
I can do it if you don't want to. I just didn't know if you had something.
I mean, it's probably something along the lines of fear me, and are probably considering whether they should just kill you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh my gosh! Is that Phoebus? Oh, she's like gets down, like, oh no, I am not worthy to be in your presence.
Finally, a mortal that understands my power.
Why are you here?
I am here to conquer the world.
Said your name wrong.
You did say my name wrong.
Oh, did I?
Phobos would be super offended.
Would he?
Yeah.
I was
What
kind
did
of.
I
I was
say?
just gonna.
Phoebus?
I was gonna get. Honestly,
Phoebus.
that was me as Val, just giving it to
Nope.
LB that she didn't know how to say
No,
the name.
I will not. No. I'm not
All right.
gonna backseat you too hard, but I will lead you a little bit.
Okay.
Phoebus.
Phoebus. Do you not know who I am?
Oh, of course I know who you are. Phobos. Phobos? The great and powerful, the bringer of fear and killing.
Who is this one? Looking to Hanks.
She's an ally.
What is wrong with her?
Honestly, I'm unsure. She's usually very level-headed and capable, although she may have been affected by your powerful, fearful aura.
Perhaps. Usually they run, if that was the case.
Well,
Oh, but-
if you were brought here so suddenly, perhaps your power has not yet grown to the level that it once was when you walked this plane.
That is an astute observation.
Thank you.
You! Gesture towards.
Yes.
Bring me something to drink.
Just do it.
She blinks out of existence and comes back with a cola. Your
Immediately
Grace?
levels the spear at her.
You never seen magic before?
Trickster. Sorceress. What vile
You-
powers are you trying to use against me? I will not take your offering as and smacks that out of her hand. It could be poisoned.
It's sealed. Well, now it's not. Now it's all over the floor.
She merely used magic to expedite the process of getting you a drink so that you wouldn't be parched too long.
Of course, I am a powerful ally and a servant that you could use in your endeavor to take over this world.
Is that acceptable, Keeper?
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's about to stab her.
He's an arrogant son of a bitch.
Perhaps. Bring me another.
Of course, Your Grace. Blinks back with another can of soda. Oh, here. And it's gonna make a sound, don't be nervous. She cracks it open and hands it over to him.
Serpent!
It's called carbonation. I'm sorry. You've been gone for a very long time, and the world has changed. This is the nectar that people are drinking now. She hands him a Verner's.
It's sweeter than ambrosia.
Tingles your mouth.
I like
Kinda
it!
nice. Yes, good. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you enjoy it. Well, I'm so glad that you like it. Is there anything else I can do for you in this moment?
Bring me more of these, and just continues drinking. You, the professor, take me to where you promised so that we might find my brother, so I may conquer this world.
Of course. I will get right on the search for your brother. And he'll, as he's walking and he directs Phobos to a section of the lab where he can enjoy his ambrosia waters, he looks at Victoria and just says, "How the hell do we get Hector back?"
I don't know. I've never seen this happen before. Maybe I can. I'm afraid to manipulate his brain. I might hurt him.
Well, at this point, Hector is better than missing Hector, so.
Guess that's true. Well, let me get more sodas and then I'll. Wait, do they say sodas in the South? What do they say?
I'd say soda.
Georgia.
Soda, yeah. Contrary to
Okay,
popular belief, we don't just call everything a Coke down here. I don't know.
No, most people
Very
don't actually do that.
Specific places that do that. But.
Yeah.
Soda's fine.
I'll get him more sodas and then we'll see what I can dig into.
All right. And then Hinks is literally going to go to Google Maps and just start feign searching.
It's just Hector or Phobos is standing over the shoulder, like watching you zoom around Google Maps, like zooming into a place, and like, oh, he's not there, and then zooming in somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
This is so much faster. How are you able to observe all? Is this an oracle of some sort? The workings of a diviner?
In a way, a series of diviners at one point mapped the planet, and we are able to tap into that insight through this Google.
This is a power akin to that of the gods. You are very powerful, Professor
please.
Hinks.
Well, not as powerful as you, but
Of course
thank
not.
you.
That was never a question. Continue your search.
All right. You continue your search.
I don't even have to use weird science for this. This is
No,
great. I just
you
went
can
on
use
the
Google
internet.
Maps.
I created a device that is capable of helping us in this mystery. I just typed in a fucking URL.
How
Call it a
superior
day.
does Hinks feel right now?
Yes.
Yes. Great.
So superior that he doesn't want Hector to come back. He just wants Phobos to hang out.
No.
Hector's not
This-
going to be like this forever. Don't worry.
This can't last. There's only so much Google you can earth.
I will leave you with this. Hector / Phobos. Hector.
Yes.
You are mesmerized by the Google Earth, the new oracle. This is not Delphi, but it's pretty damn close.
The Oracle of Google.
The Oracle of Google. You look around and Higgs has a lot of other screens in this room. Many things happening on them. One of them is very small, hand-sized, if you will. And it has lit up with a few messages. It's his phone. He's got a few texts since then. You pick up the small screen, and when you open it, it has been left on one of the texts that Isabel sent earlier. There is a picture, which you look very closely at, using the same magical hand motions that you saw Hinks use on the other screens to make the picture bigger. You zoom in on one of these 14 photos, and you see a woman. She is young, about 30, early 30s, long brown hair in a braid, strong features, strong jawline, strong nose, hazel eyes, sort of tanned skin, smiling. You recognize that face. That's Demos. But that's where we're going to go ahead and end today.
Deal.
Why are you looking at me like I didn't have a plan?
Belle's gone.
I don't know if they're running away or doing a bit, but we're going to find out.
Making notes. Checking
What
notes.
you looking for?
I didn't recognize the face either. I thought for a second it might have been Sabrina, and I got really worried, but I don't think that's what she looks like.
It's not Demi, is it?
Nope.
Okay. So
It's Demos.
okay. There's nobody like out of character anyone else would recognize.
No.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Get the reaction for that next week then.
We'll talk. Thanks,
Man.
everybody, for hanging out with us this week. For quite the session. A lot happened. And sometimes that happens. Real quick, before we move on at the end of the session, the keeper will ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the other one. Yeah.
Mothman, done. Checked off. Friends now of the group. Mothman. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes. Schroeder.
Randall Schroeder. Could have gone bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Has Mothman in it.
Mothman.
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 Among other things. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
What the fuck, Hector?
Yeah,
Fuck.
apparently these characters did.
All that
Well,
matters.
I mean, the new hunter, Phobos. That is
Phobos.
going to be
Yes,
joining the
obviously,
group.
yeah.
Oh no.
That's
No.
yes, that's worse. So 2 XP for everybody.
Woo!
I'm going to need a new name tag
GG.
for next week, Savannah.
No, Hector's not gonna be this way forever.
Phobos,
You just
the
seemed like you
divine.
were having fun, so I let it ride to get to the plot point I wanted to get to. I could have done it right away, but would it have been as funny?
Does it? Can I give the XP to Hector instead of Wynn, or does Wynn have to have the XP for the part of the session that he was in?
No, that's fine.
or-
If we're splitting with characters, the only XP that I'm gonna say is character bound is fails that you rolled with that character. End of session, you can, if you played both, you can split it how you want.
Okay,
That seems fair to me.
sweet.
So yeah. So that happened. I have
Yes,
no
it did.
regrets about letting
This
it happen.
move, I'm gonna use this. I love this move so much.
The past lives.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that someone is finally using that. As
I
a
would love
weird
to
move.
succeed
I've
on it
wanted
one
this
day.
for so long.
Pretty dope.
but
No,
failures have
failing on it is
worked
so
fine, too.
good. Yes. So we are already over time. I apologize, but
No.
you all were doing such good work that I wanted to see it out. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. Thank you to my players as always for inhabiting my brain space for 2.5 to 3 hours. Cause it's a weird place to be. Sometimes Mothman is there. Sometimes some of the Greek gods are there. Sometimes they're there on the same day. What are you gonna do? We will be back 1 week from today. That's February 21st. That's a Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time to see what happens next, how long Hector is possessed by his much, much older half-brother, Phobos, and which one of the missing people may also be a descendant of some kind. Until then, we have a bunch of great stuff going on the channel. Our next live stream is going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tabletop Tuesdays. We're playing Masks again. I'll be there. LB will be there. Val will be there. Alex is running that, and we got a couple of other friends there as well. David and Ryan, we're back with the Squire Squad, and I don't super remember what we were doing last time because it's been 2 weeks.
I don't remember.
But we're superheroes and it's exciting. So come hang out with us. In between, you can follow all of these lovely people on Twitter and Twitch. Their Twitter handles are below their faces. Some of them have Twitch channels as well, which we shouted out in the chat earlier. Follow them. There is plenty of content to get you through any week with the rest of us. I think that's all I need to say. Any last words? All right. Well, we will see you in 1 week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.